Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're embarking on a journey straight into the heart of ancient philosophical wisdom, completely reframed for modern resilience. We're actually going to bypass the traditional agenda entirely today and just jump straight into the core mindset shift this philosophy demands. So let's get started.
Okay, let's dive into this. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. Wow. I mean, that really sets the stakes for our entire explainer today, doesn't it? So often, we define loss by what's taken away externally money, status, possessions, that sort of thing. But the source material immediately turns that upside down. It challenges us to realize that the ultimate tragedy isn't our physical end, but the slow fading of our inner fire, our passions, and our true potential while our hearts are literally still beating.
So, evaluate this for a second. Are you truly living right now, or are you just sort of surviving and letting your potential fade into the background of a crazy busy routine? Maybe that looks like mindlessly scrolling on your phone for hours instead of pursuing a project you actually care about. Where are you draining your precious energy? Before we begin our descent into how to handle life's inevitable adversity, it is absolutely crucial to take an honest inventory of what we're allowing to just wither away inside of us.
Section 1. Navigating Life's Difficult Times.
The source tells us that it's during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. And look, this isn't just some poetic metaphor, it's a deeply practical survival strategy. When things get difficult, like dealing with an unexpected job loss or a sudden personal crisis, our natural instinct is to panic, right? Or we just let the darkness totally overwhelm our vision. But this wisdom tells us that our intense focus during hardship is exactly what dictates our survival. It acts as a bridge, basically connecting our current pain to the true underlying purpose of the challenges we're facing. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it completely flips the conventional narrative on pain. When you face difficult times, know that challenges are not sent to destroy you. They are sent to promote, increase, and strengthen you. It reframes adversity from being this cruel punishment into being an absolutely essential tool for your personal growth. The obstacles aren't in the way, they actually are the way. They're the exact resistance training you need to increase your capacity for life. Think about the difference between failure and success. The source makes this profound observation that failure, defeats, and challenges are actually what build character, drive ultimate progress, and make life worthwhile. You learn infinitely more from failure than you do from the flip side, success. I mean, think about it. Bombing a major presentation forces you to reevaluate and improve literally every aspect of your public speaking. Success feels great, absolutely for sure, but it teaches us significantly less. It really forces us to evolve the way that falling down and having to get back up does. Section 2. Mastering your inner dialogue. Nothing in the world can bother you as much as your own mind. I say this with deep empathy, because we all struggle with it. Your biggest obstacle, your harshest critic, and your most relentless enemy isn't the world outside. It isn't getting cut off in traffic, the economy, or your circumstances. It's your own unchecked, undisciplined thoughts. And this brilliantly illustrates how our minds basically betray us through time traveling, which is the ultimate thief of joy. Consider living in the past, with regret over a conversation you had 3 days ago, or living in the future with anxiety, totally dreading Monday morning. That perfectly prevents happiness. Now compare that to living in the present moment. This is the only place where true happiness actually exists, because this moment right here is your actual life. So, how exactly do we anchor ourselves in the present? Well, the source talks about the profound challenge of simply sitting still. Step 1 is physical stillness, but that's not enough on its own. I mean, you can be sitting perfectly still on the couch while your mind is just racing with work emails. True alignment requires you to go further. Step 2 is quieting the mind. Step 3 is calming the turbulent emotions. And finally, step 4 is taking all of that and focusing your energy. Sitting still is actually a highly active, intense process of internal mastery. And an incredibly practical way to manage all that energy is boundaries. Love yourself more by saying no to things that drain your energy and make you feel burdened. This connects directly to your daily routine. Protecting your energy isn't selfish at all. It's a necessary hard boundary for mastering your mind. If you're constantly depleted by saying yes to obligations that burden you, you're never going to have the reserves required to master your internal dialogue. Section 3. The power of consistent action. Let me ask you this. Are you maybe confusing occasional effort with true consistency? The text is incredibly direct about this. Occasional effort, working hard only when you actually feel motivated, does not bring success. Success is explicitly tied to consistent action. It's all about what you do daily, repeatedly, even when it's boring, even when the inspiration has totally faded. Consistency is the true, undeniable driver of success. So the crucial point is right here. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. This is a punchy wake-up call. You can read all the philosophy in the world or watch 100 explainers just like this one, but philosophical knowledge is entirely useless without application. Good intentions and a willingness to change simply don't move the needle. Only action does. And look, that action starts incredibly simply. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. It doesn't require a giant leap. But remember, only you can change your life. No one can do it for you. We have to stop waiting for a savior or waiting for the quote-unquote perfect time to begin. You just have to put in the hard work and literally make it happen yourself. It's actually incredibly empowering when you fully accept that responsibility. But as you're taking those steps, you've got to consider this warning. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. The darkest point is so often right before the dawn. When you feel like throwing in the towel, that is the exact moment you need to double down on that consistent action we just talked about. Section 4. Finding your happiness within. Let's move to how this all builds up. After all the struggle, the action, and the discipline, the ultimate revelation is actually startlingly simple. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is well within yourself and your way of thinking. Happiness isn't way out there in the distance, attached to some future achievement like getting a promotion or buying a new car. It's constructed entirely by your internal perspective, right here, right now. So what does the art of happiness look like in daily practice? It's basically 3 things. First, be satisfied with what you have. Second, instead of constantly trying to correct other people's mistakes, actively choose to connect with joy. And finally, be happy for this moment, because this exact moment is your actual life. This is such a brilliant, focused checklist for living incredibly well every single day. Ultimately, it all comes down to a massive shift in perspective. Are you viewing life as a problem to be solved? If so, you're always going to find stress, anxiety, and a never-ending to-do list. The source literally begs us to shift our mindset. View life as a reality to be experienced. Stop fighting existence. Actually, scratch that. Stop trying to figure it all out and start allowing yourself to experience the richness of what's happening right in front of you. So I want to leave you with this final kind of provocative thought to chew on. Are you making life complicated, or are you ready to just experience it? The wisdom tells us life is really simple, but we insist on complicating it. It's time to start truly experiencing the life you have right now. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I will see you on the next explainer.